my people of pure soul, supreme spirit, all hail to the supreme omni-being, now and forevermore. Just a real quick broadcast this rising. Came out for the rising raw. Energize and electrify the soul, force and form. And in the course of this process, something has arisen for one to communicate to you. I say to you, separation is in order. I'll say it again, separation is in order. Effective immediately. Effective immediately. Why? If we look at the nature of what is playing out on the earth plane right now, the collective space of earth that we share with all other types of spirits and energies, you will see a clear differentiation and a clear distinction between who? Between we of pure soul and supreme spirit, and they of the mind of the destroyer. They who are swayed by a reactionary being, swayed by the tides of this life that are controlled by the evils, the wickeds in high places. For those of you who know yourself to be of pure soul and supreme spirit, kindred and beloved of the supreme omni-being, we need to be away from these people of the other persuasion now. It's imperative, it's essential, and it's necessary. Why? Because their presence upon this earth alone is a pollutant. Not only those who manipulate their minds, but also them themselves. They're a pollutant onto the earth, psychically speaking, mentally speaking. Now, I cannot speak for you or where you are on your journeys, my people. We have to get to know each other for that, personally, not just through these screens in hiding. I come out and I step out and I speak this message for us to rise, retribute and restore order and law, balance unto this world. Come forth and let us do the same as one omnified force, and be much more powerful this way. So, I cannot speak for where you are on your journeys, but one, self, I, Solara, have come to a point of clear recognition and knowing remembrance of who one is in relation to the supreme being who has originated all things. Also, this knowing is growing, becoming more radiant and bold as the days unfold. Now, with this knowing, a certain presence, power, strength, the capacity to move with an authority that is beyond any that this world knows of mankind. And one walks with this. Not to mention a radiance of light, an emanation of light, an energetic tone and signature that is completely and totally differentiated from they of the persuasion, not of us. You see? For many moons I have walked this way alone, with the guidance of the beloved El Camino at times, other times with the guidance simply from the Creator and the elemental forces around. The way these beings, whose minds are controlled and manipulated by the lower forces of this creation and existence, react and respond to the presence of one who is truly walking in the supreme force and power with knowing, particularly in the appearance of a body as such, what they would call on this earth a black man, which we are not black. Are you blind? People who think you look in the mirror and actually see yourselves as black. Can you not see this color is not black? Can you not see this color is black? If you're going by your skin tone, do you not know that black is not a nationality and does not tie you to anywhere? The Chinese people say, me yellow, me yellow, me yellow. No, they don't say that. Me yellow. Yeah, well, no, they're Chinese. Or they even go more specifically to speak on their regions that they're from. They don't categorize themselves as one specific color. How plebeian. Evolve. Anyway, sidetrack. Back on track. Forward. These lower minds in this realm of mankind see one such as I, and we, my brothers, we receive the most filthy and disgusting, most hateful projections of all, because they know that when we get in order and law and restore ourselves, oh my goodness, we're gonna freaking wash this world clean with a clean up crew. That's what we're supposed to be doing. It's time to rise to this occasion and task. Yeah? No more living lame. Healing the neural system and the brain. Activated with the supreme frame. You see? You see? That's what we do, G. So when we walk in this light, we receive even more of that projection from them. The only difference is there ain't nothing they can do about it. Why? Because we're protected. So go check out my previous video, Pure and Perfect Protection. Also check out the previous video, the power and importance of community. Alright? Check that out as well. And understand the necessity for us to separate ourselves from these beings, from these creatures. They're not even beings. Because they're not being. They're what's the word? Automaton. They're just automatic programs running in a biological computer that's manipulated and controlled by evils. And the more pure you become in yourself, the more you see this. Now I know we are to see the goodness and greatness in all things, and one does this, which is why one can walk with a glow and a shine. And even smile in the face of them, even hearing what they think, knowing what they say when one is not around. Doesn't matter. They know not what they do. Nevertheless, it is imperative for us now to have a separation from them so we are not polluted by their waves of brain waves and waves. They're a pollutant to this earth and they're a pollutant to us in presence. Think about it. You could wake up, rise in a new day, be feeling so great in yourself, step out into the world and have to attend to what you have to attend to. And as soon as you get out into that sea of psychic muck, your energy field's all messed up because you haven't learned how to fortify yourself from their garbage. Now's the time, and we teach all of this in the Omniversity as to how to elevate and rise yourself unto your supreme frame. Healing all the pain, no more living lame. We activate the neural system and the brain. See how quick those demons be slain. Oh yeah. So a separation is in order. Firstly, mentally, we must reattune our minds once again to the Supreme Being, because until we are truly one and whole and attuned with the Supreme Being who has originated all things that we perceive in creation and reality, we're always going to be divided by these viruses that have been implanted into our operating systems. Yeah? So-called black people can't come together for a freaking McDonald's meal, let alone restoring and retributing evils of this world and restoring the purity, guardianship and stewardship. Yeah? And the reason for that is because so many things have been psychically imposed and biologically infused into our very radiation and being and mentalities and minds that are self-destruction programs. Now we're not going to get into who and how and why. That's a whole nother broadcast in and of itself. Nevertheless, it is so, and it is evidenced by the way we live in this world right now, divided and thereby ruled. For those of you who are not of that blackness and darkness and that muck and that mess and that chaos and that confusion and that division and that what bullshit, yeah, sinking ship, it is time for us to retune our minds to the supreme frame. Let there be no love in your heart. Let there be no vision in your mind's eye, in your sight. Let there be no use for your strength other than to serve and goodship, loveship, soulship this being, the supreme omni-originator of all things, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. In the scriptures it says, what? Put nothing before me, the Lord God. Yes, my beloved God, you come before all things that may appear on the outside of these eyes. And all who may meet me in this reverence and love, service and goodship of you, we shall walk strong as one. Amen. Hail, Amen. Yes. So this is the first step to come into a clear space of inner action, interaction and relation with the Supreme Being within yourself. Secondly, send your registration to the Solar Nation, Solar Omniverse City. Let us be in touch. We will communicate. We will find positions for you where your greatness, your strength, your gifts, your talents may be of service to you, unto the Creator, and unto the people of our culture. Thirdly, as we progress in the order of the Amen and in the order of the natural world, remembering that we are beings of nature. These beings who are currently running the world are not natural beings. That's why they cannot live in the sun. Sun kills them. Yeah, that's why they want to block the sun out. Yeah, that's why they do everything they can to kill you and your children, our children, and us. That's why they hate us. Yeah, because we are of nature, so we work in two totally different, what you would call, time frames. Yeah, our time frame is that of nature, so we cannot rush things. We must simply nourish ourselves in the vision, with the activities, with the motions, with the movements that are necessary to produce the outcome. For example, the seed of an almond. These are almond trees, yeah? These are almond trees. The seed of an almond falling into the fertile earth, nourished by the elements and by the mind, the supreme omni-mind, continually, or as you may say currently, continuously nourished, nurtured, fueled and fed. Seasons passing, suns passing, moons passing, rains falling. Over time, this seed grows and becomes what? Magnificent tree that bears the fruit. And this goes for every tree bearing fruit. Every fruit bearing tree has the same process. And such is as it is with we. We are not beings of the external world. We are beings of the interworld, interwoven with the supreme omni-being, and we are in fact projections of it on this stage that have forsaken and in many ways forgotten cognitively who we are here. Now it's time to remember, my people. And again, a separation is in order for this, because those who surround you, they don't want your remembrance. They do everything they can to stop you from remembering and play their games around you to keep you suppressed and low. No, 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 no. Think keenly, people. This is an organization of thinking, clarity, awareness, introspection, observation of what we see, and operating accordingly in the highest order. They don't want you to rise above the station that they put you in, because then what will that make of them? Something lesser than their slaves. And I speak for all of these other people of mankind, your fucking Chinese, your Chinese, your Europeans, your Caucasians, the Slavics, the Jews, All of them are in on this shit now against us. Alright? And it's been this way for some time. And the separation is in order. This way, after coming together and nurturing our vision, we will have spaces that come. The spaces, the land, yeah, the organization, the governance. But these things have to come afterwards. Also the ability and the strength to protect what we have too. But that's a whole nother video. I'm not gonna broadcast our military strategies publicly. Yeah? And we have to start thinking in this way. However, these things come after our omnification with the Amen being, with the Omni being. After our attunement with each other mentally and our nourishing of the vision, nurturing of it in accordance with the natural order, the natural law, the natural realm. Yeah? And then through this production, naturally, all of the things that are to be materially will present themselves, but they will be presented with a longevity that is not able to be withdrawn or withtaken, apprehended, attacked, or altered, affected, afflicted, or taken apart in any way, or even seen by these demons of this earthly realm that has been commandeered by the wicked. Yeah? Just let this plane go. This plane go. Yeah? No more. No more. And then as we separate, just like the X-Men, you don't see the X-Men living with these, the rest of the creatures of the world. No. There is a separation. Why? Because of who they are, what they exhibit, how they need to live, and how they need to have their minds and mentalities linked with one another without the pollution and the infiltration of those who will seek to destroy them. It's the same with us, my people. And speaking about the capabilities, the mental and energetic and soulful, spiritual capabilities that can be exhibited, that you see exhibited in things such as the X-Men, yeah? These things are very much realities for us also. Very much realities for us also. And again, these are things that are best gone into when we are together, away from these machines. Yeah? We can speak about these things in our own private talks where necessary. Again, this is for more intimate one-to-one communications. I made a video, Rise of the Supermen and the Superwomen, where I started to touch on these topics a little bit. But most of you ain't even ready for that level of thought yet. You need to establish yourselves in the harmony first. And then the readiness shall arise. Alright? Perfection prevails. But while we're still surrounded by these beings who have nothing but hateful projections towards you, and yes, I ain't just speaking, anything I say because I lived the experience and have gleaned the wisdom and the knowledge and taken much time in meditation, introspection and pro-templation, or as you may currently say, contemplation. One has sat in this state and come to a perfect clarity of these things, written paragraphs on these things that have brought perfect clarity to what is occurring in this world in one's experience and has been in one's vision since childhood. Alright? We need to be away from this and fortify ourselves energetically so that we can begin to radiate, emanate our power, our perfection, our clarity, our supremacy on this world once again. And see to it that the demons of lower men are vanquished, evaporated, and the purity and perfection may prevail. I've spoken this one very simply, very precisely. I give thanks for your fathom and inner standing. omni-standing of this. And I thank you for being present. Again, it's time, yo. How long do you want to sit around? How long do you want to sit around being separate and lame, divided, thereby ruled? Do you not see the essentiality and necessity of omnification with those of your kind who are here to lead the way to the new frontier? Come forth, beautiful people. Let us do this. The time is nigh.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, and tap the bell icon to be notified when we upload new material.
Follow the link in the description to our Patreon to become a registered member of the Solar University. For one-on-one training, consultations, and all general inquiries, email 1solarnation@gmail.com.